Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to create different types of drawing in Tekla structure, especially in the steel structure. In steel structure, we can create a GA drawing, or what we call the erection drawing. The other one is assembly drawing for the shop drawing for the individual assembly, and the single part drawing for the workshop drawing of the plates and all the welded part to the assembly. And the last drawing is the multi drawing, where we can gather all the single part in one drawing sheet, or gather all the assemblies in one drawing one drawing sheet of paper. Okay, so now before we create the drawing, first is we need to uh, go to this drawing and reports and then perform the numbering. Okay, so the numbering will assign the piece marking to each and every elements, to each and every assembly, and to each and every part or single part. Now, after doing the numbering, or after performing the numbering, so we need to check our views if it is in the proper position. Especially for the GA drawing, the view must be in the plane view, not in the 3D view. So since this one is a 3D view, so this one is okay. So let's open the grid 1, grid A, and then plan at elevation 4000. So here we can see if the view is in the plane view or in a 3D view. If it is tilted like this, then we must change it to the plane view. Okay, so now we're going to create the GE drawing for these 4 views in one drawing sheet. Okay, before we do that, we need to go to the drawing properties, all right, and then select the GA drawing. So it will open to you the general arrangement drawing properties, wherein you can specify the names, the title, the layout that you're going to use, the scale that you are going to use also, and even the part mark and the part presentation will be set up in this general arrangement drawing. So you can again open to the drawing properties and select GA drawing. All right, the first thing to do is the name. We can change this one to erection drawing, erection drawings, or erection drawing, and then you can apply and then go to layout. So under the layout, as you can see here, you have the default layouts in the system. You can create this one if you know how to create the template and the template for your title block. But for the meantime, we can use the default in the system, wherein we can select this GA, okay, for general arrangement drawing, and then the size definition must be specified, and then we select one of the sizes here. So let's say we use A3, okay, A3, and then apply and okay. So meaning when you apply and okay, so you're going to use whatever you set up in that layout. So the layout is done, and then under the view, we can change since this one is a small model, it depends on the size of the model that you are doing. So you can choose the scale. So at the moment, I think we can choose 1:50. Okay, and then if this one is too big, then we can still change it later. Okay, so this one is the initial setup for our scale in our GA drawing. Apply and okay. And then for the dimensions, okay, for the dimensions, so this is the dimension properties, wherein you can change the angle presentation or the appearance if you want the color to be red or other colors. So here you type here 2, the size is 2, and then instead of the arrow size, instead of tick, I can use the arrow, and then maybe 1.5, and then if you're okay with these settings, just simply apply and okay. All right, so we have layout, view, dimension, and then dimensioning. So this one is the automatic dimensions to your grid. Okay, so do you want the grid line dimension? Yes, turn it on. And then the dimension positioning, whether it is on right or left. So usually our dimension is on the left side, and the vertical position, it will be on above. Okay, so set it up, left and above, and then apply again, and okay. All right, after that, we can now go to the part mark. So under this part mark, basically, you can do that one after you create the drawing. But if you want to set it up, so meaning you want to see what is the piece mark already when you create the drawing. So you need to add uh, the the elements in mark here. So let's say, for example, I want the assembly position and then the profile. So assembly position, move it up, and then the profile. So meaning there will be a piece mark and then the profile. So if you want to change the size of this, you can select both, and then let's say I change this one to 1.8, and sorry, 1.8, and then here the color of the font, maybe I'll choose other color, let's say black, and then under this general, so this one will be placed under the part mark. So the assembly, the secondary mark, you don't need to put that one because we don't want any piece marking to the secondary mark, only on the main part. And then go to the general tab, and then in the visibility in view, you can change this one to always, and then here you change also the type of the annotation with leader line or without leader line. So I'll choose this one without leader line. And then the what else? The color. This one is okay. So far, what you have set here are fine. And then apply and okay. Then again on the part. So this one is how you want to show the part. Do you want with the hidden lines or own hidden lines? And then the appearance, what is the color of the line? Let's say the color of the line, I'll choose maybe yellow, okay? And then actually you can change this one again later if you like. And then this one, black and white. And then this is the hidden. And then under the fill, just change this one to none so that when we create a section, there will be no hatch. Apply and okay. And then if you're happy with this one, so those are the basic setup when you create the general arrangement drawing. So if you're happy with this one, you can simply name this one as my GA drawing and save as. Okay, apply and okay. So now it's time for us to create the drawing, create drawing, and then select GA drawing. So you will notice here that we're going to create the 3D, the grid 1, press the control key, and then the grid A, this grid 1, grid A, and then the plan at elevation 4000, and then select open drawing. So now I'm choosing all selected views in one drawing. Okay. Again, if you select this drawing properties, this is what we set up earlier. Okay, so it's also available in this create general arrangement drawing dialog box. So once we're okay with that, select the open drawing. So meaning after it creates, then now hit create, and then it will open the drawing for us. So we don't know what it will be look like, but you can change that one anytime. Okay, so the scale, the color, you can always change it. So look, the scale, it looks like it's too big for the size. So it's either we change the size of the paper or we change the scale. So let's try to change the size of the paper first. So under the layout, instead of A3, we can choose A2. Is A2 is enough? So A2 is still too small. Okay, so again, the other way is we can change the size of the scale. Instead of 1:50, we can change this one as 1:75 and then modify. So you will notice also that whenever I use the general arrangement drawing properties, it will be applied for all the views. Okay, so now you can arrange the views, and there you go. So now it's okay. So that 1:75 in A2 size will be fine for us. Okay, so here, as you can see, you can since this one is a 3D view, you don't need the marking there, so you can delete it. So all you have to do here is to adjust a little bit here on this side so that we have the space for our sections. Okay, so this one is my 3D, my grid 1, grid A, and elevation. And if you notice here, all the piece mark are already there. And then if you press B as in boy, you can change that one to the black and white. Another B, so this one is also a thinner black and white. The previous one, this one is something like a print preview. So this one will be the size of the printing, the thickness of the print. Okay, so another B, it will be thinner black and white. Okay, so let's concentrate on this view. So as you can see here, you have all the piece marking and nothing to add unless you want to. Of course, this PD20 is something like for the anchor rod, so you can simply select and delete that one. We don't need that. We only need the main part and its profile. All right. So now let's move on to the creation of the detail. So let's say, for example, we want to create the detail on B and 2. So here, B and 2. So if you want to create the detail on this B and 2, all you have to do is to go to the views and then detail, and then here. At the moment, I make it as a circle, and then put the detail here. Okay, so since this one is a detail, we can change the scale of that one later. But first of all, I want to change this one to rectangular. Just double click the circle, and then you can change it to rectangular, which is much better for us, because on the rectangular, I can stretch it to the position I want to. Unlike the circular, it's something like it will be something like a square square shape in the detail. So under this detail, you can now change this to a bigger one. Let's say instead of 1:50, I'll put 1:10. So again, open the properties of this toggled view. Okay, just select the border. So meaning, when I select this one, this properties is only for this alone, not for the whole drawing. For the whole drawing, it is the general arrangement properties, this one. So this toggle view, select that border, and then it will open the view properties, wherein I can control this view, and then change this one to 10. Let's see, modify. Okay, so this one is the 10. So far I think it should be okay. I just need to adjust this a little bit more to the left. Okay, and then here, if you want to change, or if you want to add the break line here, okay, the break line, so you don't need to do it manually, because under this drawing you can see here this break line. Just select that one, and then just open the zigzag, and then change color, and then create, and there you go. So you have now the break line. All right, so if you want to add now the dimensions here, you may do so, or you select again the these parts, and then right click, add mark using applied properties. Then you can see here the profile. Okay, now if you want to add the part mark to the profile, just simply select again all, double click by pressing the shift and double click, and then add assembly position here, put it up, and then modify. So there you go. So meaning I can change this one to 2, and then modify, and there you go, apply, and okay. So once you apply, so meaning the next time you the next time you add the part mark here, then that is the applied one. Okay, and then if you want to add the dimensions, then you can also select this dimensions. So let's say here and then here, so that you can see the okay, you can see the size of the plate. Or again, if you want to change this one to a arrow, so you have that arrow. Now once you apply, every time that you create the dimension, it will be an arrow. Okay, so this one is the detail. Now if we want to we just apply this one, okay, we apply this view properties, so that once we apply these view properties, so meaning when we create the detail again and when we create the section, okay, so that will be the same properties now, so we don't need to change again. So again, then we move to the views again, select the views, and then under these views you will find the section. Okay, sorry, I think I clicked too much. All right, okay, you can just simply apply this one and then okay, let's wait for a while. Yeah, so now go to the views and then section view. So this time I'm going to make a section here up to here and then put it down. So there you go. So you have now this section view. So now if you want to align this view, right click and then vertically select this grid and select align vertically and select this grid and this one, and then it will align, and then now you can simply stretch it out. Okay, you can stretch it and then stretch it down so that you can see the whole hunch. Again, you can repeat the adding the break line here again to show it to you. Create, there you go. And also if you want to show the dimensions or the since this one is a detail, if you want to show the bolts, okay, the bolts and the welding, you can also show that one by simply opening the toggle view properties or this view properties. Okay, just double click the view. Okay, and then from here, as you can see here, you can go to the bolt, or sorry, bolt. Here you can see its appearance, symbol 3, modify. It's there already. Okay, so here just simply, if you want to change it to exact solid, modify. I just press the B because I think it's not shown in that particular mode, so you press the B and you can see it. So now even here, if you want to change this one to solid, so you can see the solid bolt there. So again, from here you can again add some dimensions. So go to these dimensionings. So here if you want to put these dimensions 500, right, and then here for the bolts, and here all right, and then if you want to add manually, if you want to add this weld marking, so you can just simply pick this one and then put it there. So you have now the weld marking. So weld marking, I'll just change the color to black so that it will be thin. Okay, and then here the content, let's say this one is 6, and this one modify apply. Okay, so once you pick this one, then there will. And also, if you want to show the welding from the model, this one is a manual addition of annotation of welding. But from the model itself, if you want to show the welding from the model, so you can find here the weld mark, and then you say visibility, let's say workshop, and then modify, so it will show all the weldings there. So here, okay, so I'll delete this one because it's already there. So here, as you can see, all the welding from the, so maybe if this one is too much, you can just simply change. All right. And the good thing here is, look here, if you don't want to show this root opening, just simply turn off, and then select and then modify. So here there will be no root opening. Here, turn off, modify. Yeah. Okay. And then yeah, so this is how you show the welding from the model. And if you don't want to show these 6, because most of these welding are 6, you can just type here weld size limit to 6, and then here modify. So meaning all the 6 fillet weld will be shown on your will be shown only on the notes, and unless you can put the notes, all welding must be 6 mm unless otherwise noted, fillet weld. And so you don't need to show each and every welding to the steel. Okay. All right, so, or maybe we'll add another view here, view, detail view. So from this, maybe from this section, yeah, see, we have already, you can see there's a welding here because it's 5, so it will show the 5. Okay, and then if you want to add another dimensions, so from here, sorry, yeah, so from here you can actually you can change, you can show the reference line here, modify. Yeah, so as you can see, once you have the reference line, you can have this dimension. I'm sorry. All right, so that's how you create the view. Okay, if this one is a pipe, you can use the okay, let's say this one is a pipe. Instead of the break line, you can use this drawing annotation here, this line, select the pattern, and then here you can select the pipe. Instead, in case, just apply. So look, pick from here to here. So it looks like a pipe. In case. So this one now is our GA drawing. Okay, and okay, let's move on. So I'll just simply say yes. And for the assembly drawing, okay, so let's select one of the beams here. So let's say this one. For the assembly drawing, again, we need to set up the properties of the assembly drawing. Go back to the drawing properties, assembly drawing. So here you can select again the default. You can set up your own. But let's say, for example, you want the beam with the neighbor part. Okay, select that one and then apply. So once you apply and click OK and open the document manager. So as you can see here, let's say I select this beam and then right click. So meaning my setup here is the beam with neighbor part. So all I have to do is to create drawing, assembly drawing. Now here it creates for me the beam. So as you can see here, you have already the beam with neighbor part. So if you notice here, you have also the dimensions, even the welding here, yeah. And if you like to, okay, let's see. So here you can see this is the bolts, all right. And then if you want to create your own dimensionings, then you can turn up the dimensions here. So let's say, for example, again, open the view properties. Okay. At the moment, if you notice, there's no top view because maybe it's not needed, but because of the setting here under the view creation, it's auto. If I change this one to on and then modify, so there will be a top view placement here. Let's see. Yeah, there will be a top view. Okay, so if you need it. Now, under this view properties, okay, if I don't want to have this dimensioning, so I want to create my own, I will delete this one and then modify. So look, there will be no dimensions. So here, meaning I can create my own dimensionings. So go to this dimensioning, horizontal. So from this point to this point, that one is the assembly dimensions, and then this one is my main part dimensions. So the cutting. So as you notice here, move it down. So this is the main part dimensions, and then here, if I want to have these dimensions for the bolt, I can do so. Alright, so this is the dimensions for the bolt. Also on the right side, so you will notice here, you can easily add the dimensions here even manually. But of course, if you want to make it automatically, you have to set it up. But again, that one could be in a different topic. Okay, so let's say, for example, the dimensions for the hunch. So that one is 500 by 293. Okay. All right. So this is the simple assembly drawing, and you will see the bill of material will be placed here. So what is the length, what is the total weight of this assembly, it will be shown in your assembly drawing. So you can quickly create the assembly drawing here, whether you do it manually or automatically. Okay, so if you want to have another section dimensions on the section on the top view, then you may do so. Just simply select this one, and then here you have these dimensions, even here, or maybe to here. All right. Okay, so that's the quick one. And as you can see, you have the neighbor part. If you don't want the neighbor part, you can turn it off by simply going to the view properties, and then here the neighbor part, neighbor part. So you just simply turn it off, make it none, modify. So there will be no neighbor part. But in case that you need, you can simply select connecting parts or by extreme. There you go. By extreme meaning even the other side it will show you, but the connecting parts only. So it only show the neighbor part of the neighbor part of where you connect the beam, because by extreme it will show also the longitudinal beam. Okay, so now that is the assembly drawing. So we finished the GA drawing, assembly drawing, and now let's move on to the single part drawing. For the single part drawing, all I have to do is to filter all the plates. Okay, so what I will do is open the visible view group or the view filter, make a new filter, add row, and then if the part, let's say profile, is equals to, select the plate, so PL20. So what I will do is I will just type PL star. So meaning PL star, it will show only the all the plates with a different size. PL star, right? So now let me just turn off the display. I will show only the parts and the grids and do modify. All right. So here, it's very important for us to know that to select the object in assembly in component, because some of these plates are under the component, so you will not able to create the single part drawing if you are selecting components. So it's better to select the object in component so that you can select it individually. Okay, so what you need to do is select one or create one first, okay, by simply going back to the uh, drawing properties and single part drawing. So we set up the drawing first. So here there is a plate here, okay, just load that plate and then select the layout. The layout must be workshop, and then the auto size, the specified size must be A4, and then apply. And so for the creation of view, we don't need the top view, we select only the front view. Okay, so apply again and then save to plate. Apply and okay. So now let's check one plate first. Okay, so select this one and create single part drawing, and let's see what will be the outcome or the output. So this one is fine. You have already all the dimension for the single part. So if you're happy with that one, then all you have to do now is to close this drawing and then select all the plates. Make it again, make it sure that you are select objects and components, huh? And then here create drawing, single part drawing. So let's open this so that we can see how it works. Single part drawing. So now it creates all the plates. So as you can see here, all the plates was created here. So look, so it saves time for you. You don't need to put all these dimensions, but the system will create this one for us. So next, 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 next. So that one is the single part drawing. Okay, and of course, lastly, the multi-drawing. So all you have to do again is to set up the multi-drawing. So it starts with 1, let's say M1, M2, or let's say M101, apply. So the layout, I'll choose the layout to multi and then specify to A1. So meaning all these plates will be placed in A1 sheet. Apply and OK, apply and OK. So all you have to do is to select all the plates by pressing the shift key and select all. Right click and then here create multi-drawing, select the drawing. So meaning if I hit this select drawing, that's it. The system already create for me this M101, which is the multi-drawing, and look, it will show you all these plates from A4 and then place in A1 size. So all you have to produce is A1 with all these details. Okay, so it will give you the quantity and the piece mark and also the locations and the bill of material. Okay, so right, so now we have created the okay, let me just go back to the original view here. So this simple drawing, we managed to create the erection drawing, which is this. All right, so erection drawing, this is the erection drawing, and then the assembly drawing, the single part drawing, okay, single part drawing, and the multi drawing or or the gather sheet. Okay, so that's how we create the drawing in Tekla structure. Thank you.